Hey guys, it's Will. So we're going to be going over the quantum market today, and it's been kind of shaky to get the videos to you because basically we're at this Airbnb and it didn't quite meet our standards. And so now...
Wait,
What?
tell them the whole truth
The whole truth.
about the other Airbnb.
Okay, so the other Airbnb didn't meet our standards and it was like super old, it was very dated, and it wasn't that nice. I think there might have been maybe some condensation in that place too. And first world problems, like we're grateful that we're even in a nice place at all, that we have a view of the ocean, like it's not a big deal. But let's give them a tour of this place.
Okay.
So basically that's the bed and the view. It's a small place. This is the view outside. Should we show them outside?
Yeah.
Go over here, and then they can see the walkarounds. Boom! So that's the place outside, and then inside it's pretty simple. Very nice big closet. And then over in the bathroom, it's pretty simple. It's just a bathroom like this with some cool art. They actually have a lot of cool art.
Yeah, they do.
Don't they have cool art in this
They
place?
do.
It's kind of nice. And then there's some more art.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then there's a room there that we won't go in. This is the hidden room. That
The
we
hidden
don't,
room?
we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
we
show.
don't wanna do
Yeah,
that.
leave that for another episode. And then this is the kitchen, which is great. And then this is another hidden room.
You can open that one.
Oh, this is the laundry.
Nice.
And we have
The other one
couch.
also, they said that they had laundry, but the laundry wasn't like in the room.
So that's the whole video. Let's jump into it. This is the setup for the next week. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, guys. Appreciate you all that we're able to do this. And that we're able to trade and invest and be able to be in a place like Miami or wherever we travel to. This week it's Miami. Next month it's Hawaii,
Colorado.
Scottsdale for that Qubits Quantum Conference. So a lot of cool stuff.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I said next trip is Colorado.
Oh, and we're going to Denver as well this next month. So that should be cool. In Boulder. Gonna do some ski trip stuff. So let's jump into the content. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So quantum stocks basically took a beating today. IonQ missed their earnings and the entire sector is getting hammered. But should they be getting hammered? Well, today we're going to be breaking it down. What happened, why this drop was kind of expected, and why long-term quantum revolution is still on track. But this is a key factor that we're going to have to watch these short-term trades to see how this plays into it. IonQ's whole potential and how we break down the stock. You know, it's normal for it to see pullbacks, but it's not normal for them to miss earnings by as much as they did. If I take a look at how much they actually missed earnings, I don't know if you guys saw, but IonQ didn't just come up short, they came up way short. So I'm on IonQ right now. I'm looking on the stock on Robinhood on my phone. You can see they were expected to hit where they've normally hit, around 4 cents, negative 4 cents a share. They came in at negative 93 cents per share. In other words, this company is not having the earnings that you would expect. So we're going to break it down. Let's go into IonQ stock here. And a couple things to consider. We go through the market, we go through the analysis, the financials, as well as the news. And right now we're going to jump into the financials, but we're also going to consider the chart, which we'll take a look at here. If you guys want to learn how to invest in depth using these charts, I would encourage you, join us in our live session tomorrow at Market Open. We go live each day, Monday through Friday. It's the second link in the description to join. So love to see you there. That's StockMe. So let's take a look here. They were negative more in revenue this time around. And so we can't really look at this because they don't have the full breakdown. But if you look at the financial results, head on over to Business Wire. So as they enter 2025, IonQ has strong pipeline that we believe will enable us to lead in the era of commercial advantage. Last year, our rapidly expanding quantum network business line closed 3 major networking contracts McKinsey expects the quantum networking industry to be worth 10 to 15 billion per year within the next decade. That's a very, very conservative look at the industry average. We're actually hearing between $1 and $3 trillion from Microsoft at CES. IonQ recognized revenue of $11 million for the quarter, exceeding high end of the previously announced guidance range of 7 to 11 million. They recognized revenue of $43 million for the full year and exceeded that high end of previously announced guidance. Cash and cash equivalents investments were 363 million as of December. Net loss was 200 million. So you got to keep this in mind. They lost $200 million. Adjusted for EBITDA, lost 107 million. Better than IonQ's. So they'd like to make that better, but this is something that you have to look at. So earnings came in not too hot. Now they're selling off. We're looking at them at this previous support, previous resistance. It's possible that they bounce here. It is possible, but they're down 16% today. You can see this level right here. If we get a better look, let's get it to like a 4 hour. There we go. This is a level that I would expect them to bounce at. In this consolidation zone, they've had a previous support there, previous resistance. If they don't bounce here, most likely, we're going to see them continue down into this $15 range. They're one of the stocks that was very highly valued compared to other ones like Rigetti. Rigetti got hit today. You can see it absolutely didn't validate any of these supports. It continued down. QUBT got hit today. QBTS got hit today. Not nearly as much as IonQ, but IonQ definitely taking a hit. So what we're expecting here, a couple things. Number one, NVIDIA beat their earnings, but they're still down today about 8%. So that's got to change. If they're going to carry the market positively, we're going to have to see some positive investor sentiment, but we can't determine the market. But we know right now it's continuing down. It has a greater chance of continuing in this direction than reversing. But one of the things that you can look forward to outside of those things that aren't positive, that is negative, but one of the positive things that we can look for here is quantum initiative reauthorization. So if you guys are familiar, this is an article. There is a bill that will be a stimulus, a $2.7 billion into quantum computing. And it's right here. They got the senators introduced this bill, quantum and reauthorization bill, with little time left in Congress. Now, this is the thing. It's a $2.7 billion directly to funding quantum computing. And if you look at what this means and you look at some of the companies that are set to benefit, the number one company in this article that I saw in this conversation here was IonQ. So if you scroll down, you read the article, one of the main companies here that they talk about benefiting from this $2.7 billion stimulus is, again, IonQ. So you can see it somewhere. I know I've read this article a few times. We've seen it. Let's see. Quantum technology is our future. Quantum research development is critical, and national security. This legislation prioritizes advancements in quantum. And then you can see some of the people that are set to benefit from this. Quantum Industry Coalition, CEO of IonQ. You can see him right here. IonQ applauds Senator Maria Cantwell in her efforts to reauthorize this national quantum initiative. So IonQ and Microsoft and other companies are going to receive money from the government for quantum. There's a lot of stimulus. In the AI developments of 2025, there's multiple bills that are getting passed, multiple stimulus checks that are getting cut for these companies from the US government. We're talking about billions of dollars. With that said, they still have to turn a profit. They still have to make money. They still have to show people that they can make money. So even though there's stimulus, I want to see IonQ. I want to see what some of these other earnings look like. Rigetti. What does Rigetti look like? QUBT, QBTS. What do their earnings look like here in this next report that's coming out for 2024? It's quarter four. Right now, as you can see, they have this potential support they could bounce at, IonQ. The next level they'd bounce at is around $18. So we'll see if they get down to that level. They'd be right here, $18 a share. So we'll see. This is a bounce possibly, but again, what we'd like to see is a bounce. But if it continues down, it's going to go down here, maybe $18 a share. Now, if it continues up, there's obviously margin for profit. We could see this zone here be nice, but we're going to have to watch closely. Volatility is expected in the near term. We're going to see some volatility here. If we see a recovery back to previous highs, that's 120%. If we see it get back into this range, start to validate a positive uptrend, that's about 50% increase profit. So this is a risky one to look at. Their financials got hit hard, but here's the deal. Everybody was investing in IonQ before we have seen any profits. So it's part of the investing in the company. If we're looking at IonQ and I'm looking at 2024 financials, yeah, they beat revenue. There's nothing here that we see that we say, oh, IonQ is a good investment. No, they're losing 52 million in this quarter. It's not something you look at and you say, oh, that looks like a really cash flowing good company to buy. No, but they're working with Microsoft, AWS, Google. They're working with all of the most innovative big tech to provide their computers through the cloud. And potentially, if things go right for them over the next few years, start to see massive revenues because they've already built tech that the whole world has come to and is using. That's what you see as long-term bullish sentiment for these quantum computing companies. In the near term, still getting plugged into businesses, still not seeing the revenue, and it's going to hurt them. And the only thing you can do is hope that they start to have more innovations or more marketing, I should say, that will bring in more revenue into quarter one, quarter two. They seemed optimistic on revenues. So it's interesting that they missed on their earnings because they were telling me at CES and everyone else that you should be excited to see the earnings. Now, maybe that's not optimistic. Maybe it is. I don't know if I'm excited to see the earnings that they just came out with. But hey, let's see if they come out with some good earnings and they start to turn things around throughout this year. So the other thing is the deadline for this quantum initiative. It's not anytime soon, but it's possible they pass it before the end of the year, which would give a serious stimulus for quantum as a result. So we'll be watching. Again, I would expect some near-term volatility. If it's trending down, we could still see it bounce. This is a company that, whether these companies are going up or down, they're pretty consistent. And if we see a bounce up here, that's a 14% bounce. It's not small to see it basically continue its trend and bounce. So not to say we won't trade it near term. If we see it very overextended or oversold at market open and an opportunity presents itself, we will do that. If you guys want to see those opportunities and potentially would like to watch me trade live, see my entries, my exits, it's the second link in the description. Today we are trading CTM, which is a smaller, nearly penny stock, it's an AI and data. And we'll be trading other companies like NVIDIA, Tesla. We're looking at space, AI, as well as quantum companies to invest in. So if that's you and you'd like to check that out, I would encourage you guys to take a look. For those of you guys that are finding value, what do you think about IonQ? I know they missed their earnings. Are you still bullish on IonQ? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.